From the Supreme Court of the Philippines, here's the latest.
Chief Justice Alexander Gesmundo on Monday administered the oath of office to the Supreme Court's new Deputy Court Administrators, or DCAs. DCA Leo Madrazo will serve as Deputy Court Administrator for Operations, DCA Lilian Maribalco for Administration, and DCA Raynelda Estacio Montesa for Regional Services. Present during the ceremony were Associate Justices Jopardim Ampao and Jose Mairas Marquez, and Court Administrator Maria Teresa Dolores Gomez Estuesta. Their appointments were announced by Senior Associate Justice Marvic MVF Leonen on October 22 during the anniversary celebration of the Strategic Plan for Judicial Innovations 2022 to 2027. Before their appointment, DCA Madrazo served as Deputy Court Administrator for Mindanao, DCA Baribalco as Assistant Court Administrator, and DCA Estacio Montesa as Acting Presiding Judge of Pasig City RTC Branch 159. The appointments of the new officials are part of the Supreme Court's ongoing efforts to modernize the Office of the Court Administrator. The Supreme Court en banc has approved the rules on extradition proceedings through a resolution dated April 8, 2025. The rules aim to make extradition proceedings more consistent, clear, and efficient, covering applications for warrants of arrest, whole departure orders, and bail. The rules will take effect on November 10, 2025, following their publication in the Official Gazette, in 2 newspapers of general circulation, and on the Supreme Court website. They were drafted by a technical working group led by Associate Justice Rodil Zalameda, with Associate Justice Antonio Co. Jr. as Vice Chair. Under the rules, extradition needs to go through an extradition court, which will determine if there is basis to issue an arrest warrant. Extradition will only be allowed if the crime is punishable under both Philippine law and the law of the requesting state, and if pursuant to a treaty or convention. During its session on Tuesday, the Supreme Court en banc, in a decision penned by Associate Justice Maria Filomena Singh, dismissed the petitions filed by Senator Jinggoy Estrada in connection with the Priority Development Assistance Fund, or PDAF cases. The court dismissed Senator Estrada's petitions for certiorari involving the plunder cases against him for being moot and academic, as the Sandigan Bayan had acquitted him in January 2024. The court also dismissed Senator Estrada's petitions for certiorari in the graft cases against him, rejecting his contention that his graft charges under Section 3, Paragraph E of RA number 3019 are deemed absorbed by his plunder charges under RA number 7080, or the anti-plunder law. The court declared that the 2 offenses, plunder and graft, punish distinct wrongs and may be prosecuted separately. Meanwhile, the SC en banc, also during its session on Tuesday, approved the rules on Filipino Sign Language interpreting in the Judiciary, a landmark measure that institutionalizes the use of Filipino Sign Language, or FSL, in court proceedings to ensure equal access to justice for the deaf community. The FSL rules operationalize RA number 11106, or the Filipino Sign Language Act, and affirm the state's commitment under the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities to guarantee the full participation of deaf Filipinos in judicial processes. Drafted by the Technical Working Group, chaired by Associate Justice Jopardim Ampao, and composed of members from the Office of the Court Administrator, representatives of trial and appellate courts, the Komisyon sa Wikang Filipino, deaf organizations, and interpreters groups, the FSL rules were refined through extensive meetings, stakeholder consultation, and a write-shop held earlier this year. In another development, the SC en banc approved on Tuesday, October 28, the 2025 Code of Conduct and Accountability for Court Officials and Personnel, which updates the 2004 Code of Conduct for Court Personnel to address contemporary ethical challenges. The 2025 Code includes new provisions on the responsible use of social media and artificial intelligence, the use of gender-fair, child-friendly, and culturally sensitive language across judicial communications, and prohibition against accepting gifts, tips, or other gratuities for assisting or attending to litigants, lawyers, or other court users. The 2025 Code was drafted by the subcommittee, led by its chairperson, Associate Justice Maria Filomena Singh, incorporating feedback from nationwide consultations held during the Ethics Consultative Caravan. It will take effect 15 calendar days after publication in the Official Gazette, or 2 newspapers of general circulation, and its posting on the SC website. Meanwhile, the SC On Bank resolved on Tuesday to direct the Office of the Court Administrator, or OCA, to monitor the filing of cases involving corruption in infrastructure projects before the regional trial courts. Once such cases are filed, the SC will designate special courts to exclusively hear and decide corruption-related cases arising from infrastructure projects. The SC continues to implement reforms across all courts under the Strategic Plan for Judicial Innovations 2022 to 2027, including the development of eCourt PH and other digitalization projects aimed at enhancing efficiency, transparency, and accountability in the judiciary.
You are now up to date with the Philippine Supreme Court. I am Tiffany Beltran, Supreme Court Information Officer.